Who want the cash? Got a little bit of cash for
Floyd Mayweather Jr. reportedly confronted Joe Rogan face-to-face at Los Angeles International Airport, and a moment instantly sent shockwaves through the combat sports world. According to sources, Floyd spotted Joe in a private terminal and immediately approached him about recent podcast comments discussing his financial situation. Witnesses say the atmosphere turned tense right away, with Floyd directly demanding clarity on statements being made about his money, making it clear this wasn't a casual exchange, but a serious confrontation. During the encounter, Floyd reportedly made it clear that he had an issue with how his situation was being portrayed publicly. Insiders suggest this was more than just a quick conversation, as both sides stood their ground while addressing the growing controversy around claims. Witnesses say Floyd was traveling with his security team for a promotional appearance when he noticed Joe waiting with his podcast crew. According to people at the scene, Floyd immediately changed direction and walked straight toward him with purpose. Sources claim his opening words were direct, reportedly telling Joe they needed to talk about what had been said regarding his finances on the podcast.
Floyd spends money like it's a tap, like he's got a tap, just like unlimited amount of money. Money's just flowing. And even as much money as he's made.
Joe's reaction was described as surprised but composed. According to insiders, he stood up and acknowledged Floyd, explaining that his comments were based on publicly available information, including ongoing legal matters tied to Floyd's business dealings.
Well, the lawsuit could have some pretty serious implications, not only for Floyd's legacy, but also for how networks and advisors handle fighter compensations. Mayweather...
According to witnesses, Joe mentioned that the three...
Witnesses say Joe maintained a respectful but firm tone, explaining that discussions about lawsuits and financial disputes are part of analyzing combat sports news. He reportedly emphasized that he wasn't making personal attacks, but simply breaking down information already in the public domain, though Floyd did not seem satisfied with that explanation.
I like to feed my family. We can't feed our family just saying I love you.
Sources say Floyd became more animated at this point, calling out specific remarks made on the podcast, including claims about his spending habits and suggestions that he might be broke despite earning massive amounts throughout his career. According to those present, Floyd argued that such narratives damage his reputation and affect business opportunities, making it clear he strongly disagreed with how the situation was being framed.
Is not named as a defendant in the lawsuit. Instead, Mayweather's legal action targets the network and Steven Espinoza. He claims they aided and abetted these alleged financial wrongdoings. So what does this mean?
The conversation then shifted toward a specific podcast episode featuring Shakur Stevenson, where Floyd's financial situation had been discussed in detail, further fueling the tension between the two.
Mine is messed up.
Yeah.
It's over with.
That's such a good lesson for young fighters to see, too. To see a guy like yourself be fully dedicated, so disciplined, get through the whole thing, get out.
Another one in me, because they missed that high of all the fans chanting their name and everybody, cameras, lights, and,
According to insiders, Floyd referenced exact statements from that episode, showing he had carefully followed what was being said. Witnesses claim he brought up mentions of lawsuits, property-related issues, and other financial claims that were discussed publicly, reinforcing how seriously he took the matter.
Shoot out there.
Nice.
We can do whatever we want out there, and it's just, peaceful to wake up to the sunrise.
Joe reportedly tried to calm the situation by explaining his reasoning, saying that from his perspective, the numbers themselves raise questions. Sources say he pointed out that earning over $1 billion while pursuing a large lawsuit for missing funds naturally leads to public scrutiny, and that discussing such topics is part of media responsibility.
Video that's made of clips taken out of context of me of 12 years of conversations on my podcast, and it's all smushed together, and it looks fucking horrible.
Floyd responded strongly to that argument, reportedly breaking down the difference between gross earnings and actual income. According to witnesses, he explained that taxes, team payments, and operational costs take a huge portion of those figures, meaning the final amount kept is far less than what people assume.
You'd have many people that are getting into just residences, making 100, 200 grand here or there, $50,000 not going to affect. But for those large investors, obviously that's becoming very concerning, because if you've got a building, big mall or something else, it could be worth, $100 million. All of a sudden, you've got a $10 million profit on there that's now going to be taxed at 37.
Sources claim Floyd emphasized that a significant percentage of earnings goes to taxes and expenses, leaving only a fraction of the total revenue. The discussion then reportedly moved toward figures like Al Heyman and the broader financial situation surrounding past business dealings.
Legendary career where he generated $1 billion in revenue plus and pay-per-view money. A significant portion of the funds that he made through those events, through his fights, didn't make it into his hands because they were funneled through accounts controlled by his then advisor, Al Heyman. Now, Mayweather says that Showtime delivered those checks and funds through systems that helped Heyman get the money instead of paying Floyd directly.
According to insiders, Floyd explained that he believes funds were mishandled without his knowledge, stressing that being a victim of financial issues does not mean he is broke or irresponsible. He reportedly made it clear that trusting the wrong people led to problems, not poor financial judgment.
And obtained by TMZ Sports, Mayweather says he's gunning to recover hundreds of millions of dollars in the misappropriated funds and damages resulting from long-running and elaborate financial fraud, allegedly perpetrated by his longtime advisor, Al Heyman.
Witnesses say Floyd's tone became more intense as he defended himself, insisting that being taken advantage of doesn't define his intelligence or success. Joe reportedly acknowledged that distinction, agreeing that if the claims are true, Floyd could have been misled by people he trusted.
Can't say I'm doing business with Al Heyman, but I'm not doing business with Floyd Mayweather. Or I'm doing business with Floyd Mayweather, and I'm not doing business with Al Heyman.
However, Joe also questioned why stronger financial oversight wasn't in place, suggesting that someone at Floyd's level would typically have multiple advisors reviewing finances. Floyd countered by explaining that boxing operates differently from other sports, with fighters building their own teams without structured oversight. The discussion expanded into recent fights, including names like Mike Tyson, Mike Zambides, and Manny Pacquiao, with Floyd insisting these events are about opportunity and demand, not financial desperation. He also addressed the Logan Paul situation, explaining it as a business dispute rather than a sign of financial struggle. Floyd reportedly went on to outline his assets, including properties, businesses, and luxury holdings, arguing that his financial position remains strong despite ongoing disputes. Joe acknowledged that Floyd is far from broke, but maintained that public perception is shaped by timing and optics. The conversation eventually shifted to media responsibility, with Floyd urging more careful,